So in this second day session, right? So we will see Oracle Fusion Cloud application walkthrough and some initial setups that are required, right? So we'll see these topics today. And today agenda will be different Oracle products offerings and cloud subscription overview, application walkthrough, enabling offerings, and some initial setups. And at the end, so I'll take Q&A. Okay, so first, different Oracle products offerings. So we have Oracle has different products. It can be like a SaaS product, software as service, or PaaS services, or infrastructure as service. So there are different uh, yeah, there are different products. So if we go to this portfolio, so we can see the different products available here uh, regarding cloud infrastructure, Java database systems, right? And then cloud applications, on-premise applications, right? So all of these are different products that are created or that are uh, supporting by Oracle. So now we will be we are using cloud application, and it is a SaaS application, software as a service. So if any integration or Visual Builder related right, so application Apex tool, so these will come under infrastructure as a service. So in this cloud applications portfolio, we have different uh, portfolios. Yesterday we saw the ERP portfolio, SCM, HCM, and then sales, service, marketing. So this all sales, servicing, service, marketing will come under CRM. So industry, so industry wise, some solutions. So but basically, so these are the different uh, portfolios within cloud. Uh, so now, so we will be in this sales area. Okay, so then cloud account subscription, right? So every customer needs to buy Oracle cloud account. So then they will come the company, right? Whoever is trying to implement Oracle Fusion Cloud. Uh, so they need to buy. They need to create a OCI account, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure account. So from there, they can start using the Oracle products. So usually, a company representative, right? Whoever is trying to implement this application will contact to Oracle sales representative. So they will help to create a product, I mean the quote, etc., budget. So based on all these discussions, so they will help to create a cloud account and which offerings you need, whether you need ERP offerings or SEM offering or HCM offering or sales or service or marketing. So they will so so before that you will also need to have an idea like which system you need to implement, right? So based on that, they will also help. So they once the account is created, so the primary person will get an email, and then so you can start logging into the system, the instance that is provided to you. So once you have this cloud application, so you need some someone to implement it. So if you have your own team, you can implement. Uh, so otherwise, yeah, so you need to uh, bid a project, right? So the requirements are specific requirement. Then some companies will participate in that bid. So whoever wins, they will get the project. Then it will start the application implementation process. So suppose now, say you have already got the application, and uh, as a new user, you want to so it is a fresh instance, right? So it doesn't have any setups. It's a plain instance. So we need to set up based on the our company, uh, right? So company information, etc., business rules, etc. We need to define in that environment. So by default, it doesn't have anything. So so as a initial user, the primary contact, right? Whoever so they will get email. Once in that email itself, you will get the system, the environment URL, and then the username password. So once you get that, you can log into the system. So this is the home page of instance. So now we'll quickly go through to the instance. Uh, so if you notice, so this is the environment URL. So we can say a pod URL or the instance URL. So this has some. Uh, so here FEA represents Fusion application. Then this is the unique code for each and every account, and this dev24 represents whether it's a dev environment or test environment or live environment, which is using by the customers. So by default, right, when we subscribe this Oracle Fusion Cloud, it provides two environment, one for test environment to develop and test properly, and then once it is tested in the lower environment, then there will be a separate instance which will be using by the end users. So we will develop and test in test environment, and then we will move these configurations or setups to production environment. Production or live environment will be used by the end users ultimately. So if it doesn't have anything like this code, so then it will be production. So by default, test and production instances will be given, right, as part of subscription. If we need additional instances, so that will be again paid. Some additional subscription needed. Then uh, then uh, then also there will be some data center code. So Oracle has different data centers located across the world. So whichever uh, uh, region, right, is nearer to the most of the users. So generally we can choose that. So because so if data center is near, so it can access like the system will be faster. And it also depends on the some regulations, etc. So it depends again. And this one we can call it as server URL or the pod URL. So we will use this URL to log in. So we will need to provide username and password. So once we provide, we can log into the system. And this is the home screen. So this can be the company logo, and this is the global search. So where you can just enter some keywords, you can view the results across the system, whatever they are able to see. And this is a home icon. If you click, so it will be in this page. So even if you are in some other page, if you click on this home button, so then it will come to this page. Then this is favorite icons, flag, uh, to note watch list, and this is a bell icon where you can see some notifications, and this is the profile icon. Uh, so where you can use to set up some your own preferences, etc. Okay, so this will be called as Springboard. So where you have a group of uh, like sales, service, right? Then for financials, loyalty, business plan, subscription. So these are all the different modules uh, that Oracle Fusion Cloud offers. So the same environment, right? The same environment or the same application can be used for sales, service, ERP, HCM, all offerings. So all will be in one single instance. And each tab is logically grouped to access certain uh, it like say suppose salespeople, sales representatives or salespeople will have mostly will work in this areas. Then service representatives or customer representatives, right? Support team. So they will work mostly on this areas. And this is employee related tab. This is HCM related. And financials also like uh, receivables, order management, then SCM, supply chain planning, right? So procurement, marketing. So all of these are different modules for Oracle Fusion Cloud. So this will be called as Springboard, and the same grouping is available here. So this is this will be called as like navigator. So the same we can go through from here. So this will be the Springboard will be available only in the home page, but navigator will be available across the page. Means wherever you are in, so you can. So suppose I just clicked on one icon, and I still can see this navigator. Okay, so through this we can go to a different area. If you want to come again, go back to home page, just click on home page or a company logo. So it will uh, navigate back to your home screen. So this is a simple demo. So we'll go through step by step. Uh, So how to set up. So each and everything will be. I have planned to go step by step. So we will just see today this one and few initial setups. Okay, so this is basic simple application walkthrough, right? So next topic, so we will take how to enable features. So consider this user or this environment is a fresh instance. By default, even this logo will not be there. It will be with Oracle logo. So we need to change. But for now, consider this is a fresh instance, and only one user created, and that is the primary contact. Now, uh, so as per our subscription, right? So we need to, by default nothing will be enabled. So we need to enable. For that, we will go to setup and maintenance. So in Oracle Fusion Cloud or in Oracle CX Sales Cloud, the configurations or the changes will be done in two ways. One is functional setup manager, and the second one is through application composer, etc., some tools, or yeah, some other tools. Basically, one area is setup and maintenance. The setup and maintenance is nothing but functional setup manager. And other way of modifying the application behavior is uh, through some tools. So if you go to navigator, so you can see tools. So with the help of these tools and configuration tools, we can modify application or through setup and maintenance. Now, as a first step, so I will go to this setup. The setup and maintenance will have some kind of settings. Okay, so basically, it will have, we need to enable some setting so that it reflects in the system. As a first step, we suppose we want to enable sales offering. So each module will be listed here, listed as an offering. Uh, so first we should go to this actions and then go to offerings. So these are the offerings by Oracle in this Oracle Fusion Cloud instance. So these are different modules, right? Compensation management, customer data management, customer loyalty, enterprise contacts, financials. So all of this are different modules that as we discussed it, right? But our focus currently is only on sales. If you want to enable service, just click on the service and opt-in features. So currently it is already enabled. So, but initially it will be disabled mode. So we just need to opt-in features. Opt-in features so that the offering will be enabled. So first step will be this enabling of this offering here. So this status should be enabled to use properly all the functionalities within this sales. Once we enabled sales, then if we drill down further, we can see some areas within sales, like sales foundation, sales catalog, and product. So whatever areas, functionally, whatever application areas that we are going to use, we will be enabling those. sales campaigns, leads, opportunities, territories, quota, subscriptions, incentives, right? So whatever right we need, so we can enable that. And inside this, there is a pencil icon, right? Wherever you see pencil icon, so it's a edit button for that for that for that component or some feature. So if we edit this, so we can see some areas within that. Suppose the next gen sales, enabling next gen sales, some AI recommendations, machine learning recommendations. So all of that, if you want to enable, we can enable. And these are depending on the license we or so the subscription we took. Okay, so it impacts that. So basically, there will be different types of subscriptions, right? Basic and then medium, premium, like that. So depending on that, this AI features will come. Okay. So now, as a first step, so once we enabled all the modules or whatever we need, so we can go through here. This is this we are still in setup and maintenance area. So here all the enabled modules will come here in this drop down. So we can also later, if you want to modify something within the sales, we can use this change feature opt-in, and we can enable or disable the features within sales. So then, yeah, the same page we are in now. So now, for within this sales, right, we have different areas where some setups needed. The first setup is company profile, and we can use it shows the tasks that we need to that are required and we need to complete. So there will be some default settings. So if you want to override or change the behavior, so then we can use these tasks and update the profile of the options or the settings. The first task we need to do is uh, company profile setting. So for that, we can use setup assistant. So for this, I'll quickly run through a video. So where the same setups are explained. So we can use the sales assistant in two ways. One is through spreadsheet. So using this spreadsheet, you will get a Excel file. So you can download that and you will fill the information and then you will upload back into this. And then use application. So this is within this web UI. So you need to enter some information. So from here, I'll show how we can enter uh, the from web UI. So we will see the Excel import through video. So here is the enterprise name, the company name, company legal entity, the default currency, business unit, then accounting calendar. So I'll explain what is legal entity, business unit, accounting calendar, etc. But so all the required information, so we need to provide here. Then if we click next, Oh, we have something here. Yeah. So in this step, we need to, in the next step, we need to provide the top resource hierarchy. Like usually the CEO or uh, managing director or board of directors will be the top hierarchy, right? So under that, all other employees will be there. So we need to define that the top hierarchy here, and then root catalog. So a company will have products, right? Products and their portfolio. So we need to define that root catalog name, the top catalog name. And then if you want to add additional users for setting up this application, we can add here. Then click on next. Then for opportunity behavior, we need to choose the sales method and sales stages we can define. And some opportunity behavior we can control here. So once it is done, you can run this setup process, run setup process. So we can also add some competitors, then adaptive search. So we'll explain adaptive search later. So basically enabling some adaptive search workspace settings. So once completed, we will run this process. So uh, it will start the process to set up all this by automatically. Now we'll go to this video where we will see uh, this same setup assistant, right, through Excel add-in.
Hi, I'm Yuri. In this tutorial, you learn how to speed up the initial setup of your sales application using Setup Assistant. You enter the minimum information required, and Setup Assistant completes many of the initial setup tasks for you. When you open up the Setup Assistant, from the Setup and Maintenance work area, you have two options. You can collect the data in a spreadsheet, or you can enter it directly in the application. I'm going to use the Excel spreadsheet and then review my entries in the application. I download and open the spreadsheet, and I enable macros. I start by entering some basic information about the company. That's required to create a rudimentary enterprise structure. None of the information is shown in sales except the corporate currency. That's the currency for all your sales transactions. Notice that both the spreadsheet and the application include some basic instructions on what to fill in. When you finish entering all the data, you click Create Import File and upload the file that's generated. Let's look at the entries. Here's the company information I talked about. The accounting calendar creates periods for your forecasts, quotas, and reports. In geographies, you can import reference geographies for up to 3 countries where you do business. Whoops, I forgot to select geocoding. I need that to enable address mapping. For top of the sales resource hierarchy, you enter the company's CEO. You'll import the rest of the sales organization later. The application automatically notifies users when their accounts are created. If you don't want to spam the CEO, you can substitute one of the discard email domains provided by Oracle. The Sales Catalog Root product group creates the top node in your sales catalog. In resource roles and role mappings, you can create additional resource roles and the rules to automatically provision security permissions to users with those roles. I have some inside sales agents in my organization, so I create the inside sales agent resource role and assign the standard sales representative job role. Next, you select the default sales method you want to use for opportunities. While you can edit some of the sales stage information, you must set up the details of your guided selling in the application later. You can specify opportunity close behavior. You enter competitors and create the setup users that help you with the rest of the setup. The setup users get notified automatically when their accounts are created. Enable sales forecasting in the Setup Assistant only if you don't assign opportunities to salespeople by geography, product, or other dimensions. If you do use sales territories for assignment, you must set up the territories and forecasting manually. You're now ready to run the setup process. You can run the process up to 5 times to add more data, but you can't change what you already entered, so make sure all the data is the way you want it before clicking the button. As the process is running, you can monitor the progress by clicking refresh. Contact support if you run into any errors. When the process completes, you can load more data. Import the geography of another country, for example. Thank you.
Yeah. So, so this is the uh, second method of using spreadsheet and uploading back to the same area to set up the initial settings. So once we have done those initial setup, right? So then we have still other setups that we need to perform. So suppose if we go to so these are all the required tasks that we might need to review. Okay. So we completed this first one. So then we can go through each one. The enterprise HCM information, right? That is, so this is the one that we just entered company information, all that. Here it will be there. Since we have already entered this information, we might not need to enter again. Company name, so all that we entered already. Then manage the legal entities and legal addresses. So so basically a legal entity is it owns your assets, your company assets, and and so it can purchase some assets belongs to your company, or it also can expend some money on something like uh, on business expansion, or right, so it can expand for your business. uh, it records your sales and taxes that you need to pay to the local jurisdiction. It also it is also within some jurisdiction, right? So if any issues are within that legal entity, so so it covers that jurisdiction. And legal address will be just for this legal entity, right? Wherever it is located. So we will create that legal address. So we'll quickly go through in the application. So first we can create legal address. So here we will provide a country, okay, address, city, postal code, state. Then we will click save, so that the address will get saved. Once address is saved, So we can use this manage legal entity. We can go click new, apply, and go to task. Okay, so we can use the plus button here. So wherever you see this this uh, plus button or add button, so this is to create new records in this page. Or if you see edit, a pencil icon, so it is for edit. And if you go to actions, the same options will be also there, create and edit. So basically, you can see the same options here, whatever you are seeing. This is to export Excel. This is to filter. If you click right, so you can filter by giving a search keyword. And the same options can be seen here also. Now, to create a new legal entity, you need to choose the country, then legal entity name, legal entity identifier. So mostly this can be same, and start date, then legal address that we created in the previous step. Then some company registration. While registering the company, right, with the um, suppose in India or US, so we registered a company. So while registering the company, so these fields will be given, the TIN number, EIN number, or uh, this reporting legal entity reporting registration number. So these are all will be given at the time of registering company. So we can provide all this information here. And if any payroll setting, like if it is if the employees are from this legal entity, so we can choose this. If payroll is processing from this legal entity, so we can choose this option. Basically, this options, right, will be part of your HCM implementation. But if you are just implementing CX sales, then you don't need these settings. Just legal name, legal entity name, legal entity identifier, and legal address, and then some company information is sufficient to create a legal entity. So once we create a legal entity, so then the next one we need to focus is on business unit. So business unit is a, a part of business. So generally, this business unit can be uh, by country. Like if you are a small organization, then you have multiple departments, multiple organizations. So you can still consider your company under like India business unit or US business unit, something like that. Uh, so if your business is more, then you can even divide like sales business unit, marketing business unit, then service business unit, or something like this. So it is a logical way of grouping the business. And a business unit can process the transactions on behalf of many legal entities. So we can choose for one business unit, multiple legal entities. So business unit will have a manager. So each business unit will have a manager, and this business unit can initiate some strategic objectives to grow within that business unit. Okay, and they have some level of autonomy. So within that business unit, so they can take some decisions and they can implement those. Uh, uh, so if their upper management also uh, sub, uh, encourages that or supports that. And this business unit is responsible for all the profits and losses within that business unit. And business units will be used for management reporting. So as a company management, right? So they want to see how the business unit is performing, whether it's going on losses or profits. Each department wise, they want to see profits, losses, then how the business is growing. So for all these things, we can roll up to business unit. And for transaction processing, we can use business units to control the transactional data, right? The visibility. So we can use business unit. Suppose if we have multiple business units, so one business unit data cannot see by other business unit people. So that way, this security will be applied. And uh, uh, reference data sharing and sharing. So we can define some set of reference data. So we can assign that in business to the business unit. We'll see how to create a business unit here. If we go to manage business unit task here, so we can see existing business units here. If you click on create, then you have option to enter business unit name. Okay. And location, we need to choose. So this location, we can choose where I'll show you where we need to define, but there is one task, manage locations. So there we will define this location so that it comes here. And manager, we can select here. We need to select whether this can be active or inactive. And this is the reference data set. So if you want to limit this business unit for a particular reference data set, we can choose. So for now, we will use this common set so that it will be available for all.
Sorry to interrupt.
1 minute.
Sunil.
Okay. So once we save this business unit will be created, and then we have uh, two options uh, to set the default business unit. So we might have multiple business units, right? But we want to set the default business unit. So uh, if the user is not chosen any business unit, then it will be this default business unit will be chosen. So these are some settings, right? So this is the that setting name. So basically every setting, or here we will call it as a profile option. Okay, profile option name and then profile option code. So this will, anyone we can use to search. And so if we click on this, the respective profile values we can set here. So if you want to add a new, so basically this will have only one row. We need to choose the business unit that exists here. Then there is one more profile option, that is whether we are allowed to uh, enable multiple business units or not. If our business supports multiple business units, then you go we will change this profile value to yes. Uh, Okay, so the remaining topics we will see in the tomorrow session in regular classes. So